Bonjour. Here are the notes for la résidence, obviously where you live or your residence. First question on our list, où habites-tu? Where do you live? And you start that sentence with j'habite, I live. So here are some options to complete that sentence. Dans une ville, in a city. Dans le centre-ville, in downtown, or literally center city. Dans un quartier moderne. Quartier is a neighborhood or an area. Moderne means modern. Or un quartier ancien. Ancien in this case means old. Dans la banlieue is in the suburbs. And here you can see a map of Paris and all of its suburbs, or les banlieues. Dans un lotissement is a subdivision. Dans un village, in a village or a small town. And à la campagne, in the country. Dans quel genre de maison? In what type of house do you live? Or apartment? J'habite, again, I live. Dans un appartement, in an apartment. And this is a typical apartment building in Paris. Dans un immeuble is an apartment building. So the entire building is un immeuble. So you can say, j'habite dans un immeuble, dans un appartement. I live in an apartment building, in an apartment. Dans une maison individuelle, in an individual house, or you can just say dans une maison, that's perfectly fine as well. À quel étage habites-tu? On what floor do you live? So I'm going to talk a little bit about floors. So un étage is the word for a floor or a level. In France, there is a word for the ground floor, and it is le rez-de-chaussée. Le rez-de-chaussée never has a number. In France and other French-speaking places, they start numbering on what we would call the second floor. So instead of saying that this arrow is pointing to the second floor, if you lived in that apartment, you would say j'habite au premier étage. I live on the first floor. So first floor is really what we would call the second floor. Don't get confused. So if you lived on the top floor, what we would call the fourth floor, in France and other French-speaking places, it would be the third floor, au troisième étage. So like I said, il y a une différence dans un étage entre les étages français et les étages américains. There is a difference between French floors and American floors. As you can see on this elevator button picture, there is an RC, stands for rez-de-chaussée. So, le rez-de-chaussée correspond au premier étage américain. So, what they call le rez-de-chaussée corresponds to the first floor in America. Le premier étage français correspond au deuxième étage américain. So, the French first floor corresponds to the American second floor. Le deuxième étage français correspond au troisième étage américain. The French second floor corresponds to the American third floor. So my classroom is on the second floor, but we would call that le premier étage, the first floor in French. Okay, on the next part, we have les parties de la maison, parts of the house. We'll start at the top with le toit. Le toit is the roof. Le grenier, the attic. Le premier étage, literally the first floor, but again we would call that the second floor. Les escaliers, the stairs. Think escalator for that one. Escalier. A stair is un escalier, so escalier collectively is masculine. Le rez-de-chaussée, the ground floor, or again in America we call the first floor. Le sous-sol, the basement. Literally, sous is under, sol is ground. or floor. So sous-sol, underground, or the basement. We don't really have those around here. Le garage, the garage, obviously. That's a French word. Actually comes from the verb garer. Garer means to park. So garage literally is parking in French. Le jardin means the yard. It can also mean garden. So you can say, j'ai un jardin dans le jardin. I have a garden in the yard. The same word in French. Now we have les pièces de la maison, the rooms of the house. Let's start with la chambre, the bedroom. La salle de bain, the bathroom. Literally room of baths. Salle de bain. Les toilettes, or les WC, the toilet. In a lot of French houses, the toilet is in a separate room from the salle de bain, from the bathroom. La cuisine, the kitchen. Le living and le salon, or the living room. Generally, le salon is more of a formal living room, and le living is more of an informal living room or a family room. But you can use them interchangeably pretty much. La salle à manger, the dining room, literally the room of eating. La cave, another word for le sous-sol, the cellar or the basement. Une pièce is just a room in general, any room, une pièce. Le couloir is the hall. Le plafond is the ceiling. Le mur is the wall. La fenêtre is the window. Le sol is the floor or the ground, same word. La porte, the door. And une clé is a key.